Hey there friends, how's it going today? David Potts here with Song Notes. I want to show you one of the all-time greatest guitar songs there is. It uses just 3 chords, right? Your D, your G, and your A. You put a capo on the 3rd fret. You can play along with Tom Petty. And of course, I'll show you some of the more colorful chord voicings that are used in Tom Petty's album recording, right? The sort of D and the G sus2. And this A sus4, which adds a nice bit of color and texture to things. And I'll also show you, of course, the Capo 1 version, which is a little bit trickier. Right? That's going to be our E, our A sus2, and our B sus4. Those are all voicings you hear in the recorded version as well. But I'll show you how to do both of those sets of chords. I'll show you a bunch of rhythm tips as well, whether you're just getting started or you want something a bit more advanced. So let's zoom on in and have some fun with this one. If you want more Tom Petty, make sure you check out my lesson webpage. But let's learn Free Fallin', and I'll see you on the other side. Let's go. All right, the first part of this lesson, I want to do a quick no capo. You're kind of at a party, you've had a few drinks maybe, you just want something quick and easy. Here's how to do it. You just need the D, G, and A chords. Use whatever version of those chords you want, right? D is pretty much this, right? For the G, you can do a 4-finger version. You could do a 3-finger version, right? You could do that sort of 2-finger version where you mute the 5th string. You could bar it, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. And for A, same deal. I play A with my fingers in a sort of a triangle like this. You could do the 1-finger version. You could do 3 fingers in a row. Whatever version of A you want. And then whenever you see the chords, you probably know the lyrics of this song. You just strum a single strum of each chord above the word, right? So, she's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and a boyfriend too. And then the cool part is you use that same chord progression for the chorus. And I'm free, free falling. And that's the whole song. The one tip I'll have, and this will apply later on as well, the hardest part of this is when you go from the G to the D very quickly. If you're struggling with your G chord and you're not too good about your chord changes, or you've had a few drinks or whatever the case may be, when you do that strum of G right before the D, don't worry about the thicker strings. Just play like these strings for the G. Because look how easy that makes the transition from the G, D to A, right? G, D, A, however you're playing the A. So that would be like, and I'm free, free falling. And that is the entire song right there. One other little cool trick you can do here while I have you is you could take this for your D, right? 2, 3, 2. If you go to 7, 8, 7, that's your G. And then 9, 10, 9 is an A. So that part where there's no singing, you might do. Okay, that's a little fun trick you can have there. Right now, let's level things up though and get closer to how Mr. Petty is going to play things. So I'm going to show you the Capo 3rd fret version here. We're still going to use our D, G, and A chords, but this will let you play along with Tom Petty's album recording. Okay, and the cool part about this is we're going to introduce a few slight tweaks to the G chord and the A chord. They're not too difficult though. Hang with me here for a second, okay? The D is going to be exactly the same. Okay, for the G, you want to keep your ring finger on that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Put your pinky down, like I talked about last time. Put your middle finger down here, but we're not going to fret the 5th string. We're going to mute the 5th string just by letting your middle finger bump into it. And what I want you to do is actually keep your index finger where it was for the D. So this is your D, and this is your G. We're going to call this a G sus2. Okay, so 3rd fret, muted, open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 3rd fret. Okay, so that's your G sus2, but just think of it as a G here, right? But it's going to give you a little bit more color to that voicing. And then for the A, what we're going to do is play an A sus4. So the goal here is to play open, 2nd, 2nd, 3rd, open. Okay? You can voice this however you want, but the cool part is you can keep your ring finger on that 3rd fret of the 2nd string, where it is for the D and for the G. And then you can either put your middle finger on that second fret of the 4th string, or I find it easier to kind of move your index finger there. So open, 2nd fret with your index finger, 2nd fret with your middle finger, 3rd fret with your ring finger, and then leave the thinnest string open if you can. So that would sound like this, right? She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. And you get the idea there. The important part here is if you're playing the G and you accidentally let off your finger on that 3rd string, that's okay. This note should never be thought of as an absolute requirement. You can use this sort of 3-finger version of G. I think I find this to be very easy to do because your ring finger is staying still. You're putting your pinky down. You're just throwing that middle finger to the 3rd fret of the 6th string. You mute the 5th string, and it's a G. It's a perfectly good G. If your wits are with you, keep your index finger down, but you don't have to do that. That extra amount of color is a nice add-on, but it's never required. If you want a simpler version of the A, you could just do an A7 sus4. Okay, where you're just doing 2nd fret on the 4th string and 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so that would be. Sounds just fine. It's even though an A7 is not what he's playing, it works perfectly well in the context of this song for the key of D. Okay, now the last way to do this would be the way that at least one of the guitars in Tom Petty's recording is doing it. I think Tom Petty plays it like this sometimes, if I understand correctly. Capo 1st fret. Now here we're going to use E, A, and B, but we're going to use different voicings of each of those chords. For the E, it's actually a regular E. Okay. For the A, what we're going to do is an A sus2. So it's going to be open, 2nd, 2nd, open, open. Okay, so the thinnest 2 strings are open, just like they are for the E. A sus2. Okay, you also could do this A sus2 by just keeping your ring finger where it is for the E, and then putting your pinky down on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Now what I'm doing here is I'm lightly just sort of bumping my thumb into the thickest string to mute it. That way, if I strum all 6 strings, the thickest string won't make a sound. Okay, so E, A sus2, then we have to go from that A sus2 to the E pretty quickly. So make sure you're able, whatever you do for the A sus2, make sure you're able to go to the E really quickly. Now for the B sus4, it's going to be this. Okay, this is like a power chord voicing, 2nd fret. If this is fret 0, it'd be 2nd fret, 4th fret, 4th fret, open, open. Okay, so in all 3 of these chords, our E, our A sus2, and our B sus4, we're going to have the second and 1st string are left open. And a cool trick here, when you're playing the E, your ring finger is on the 4th string 2nd fret. When you go to the B, it's also, that finger's also going to be on that string. So kind of keep your ring finger in contact with that 4th string. For the E, and you could do the A like this, and then sort of slide that finger up. Okay, you don't have to slide it when you play it, meaning it's okay if that note kind of ends its ringing, but slide it up into position for 2nd, 4th, 4th, open, open. So that would be how to play it with an E, right? She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis, loves horses, and a boyfriend too. And I'm free, free falling. And I'm free, free falling. And one little trick you can do with this E, A, and B voicings is for an interlude or a bridge section, you know, kind of mimicking the instrumental part you hear in the album recording. It's the same progression, but instead of doing our chords, we can do sort of triads based around this shape. Okay, this is our E major triad, right? Relative to the capo, this is frets 2 and 1. But for the A, if we move this same shape up to frets relative to the capo, this would be 7 and 6. Okay, this is an A triad, and this is a B triad. And the way you would do it is, I find it helpful if you kind of mute the thickest string with your thumb, so when you play the A, you don't get a ringing E bass note, but you can leave these thinner strings ringing out, so it'd sound like this, right? Okay, this chord has a nice little ring out to it. I guess it's a B sus4 literally without a B bass note, right? So if we sang that cool part at the end, right? I wanna glide down over Mulholland. I wanna ride her name in the sky. I'm gonna free fall out into nothing. I'm gonna leave her world for a while. So now let's talk about strumming and rhythm real quick, because this is one part that's not as obvious for this song. I want to make sure you understand it, okay? When it comes to counting this song, if we start with eighth notes, right? Eighth notes is breaking a measure into 8 equally timed chunks. You would count this like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. In this song, the rhythm is defined by these highlighted counts, right? That's when the chord changes happen, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If nothing else, do a down strum whenever you have a highlighted count here, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Something I generally recommend is kind of feel the down strum rhythm in your hand, even if your pick is not hitting the strings, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's going to be the number one tip I would have. Now from there, what we can do is add any kind of like sort of filler strums to fill things out between all these heavier chord strums, right? The easiest way to do that is you just lightly brush all the strings, or the strings in each chord, on every eighth note. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it would sound like this. If we're going to strum on every eighth note, make sure that your chord changes are stronger strums and all the other strums are just kind of lighter, maybe on the middle couple strings. That would sound like this, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now here's the fun part. Between all those eighth notes we're playing with all down strums, we can add up strums. That would be 16th notes, right? 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. That's how it would sound if we counted this out loud. I have a whole separate lesson talking about this pyramid strumming drill. This is the #1 rhythm exercise I would recommend for most guitarists, right? It's going to help you master the feel of quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes, and it's going to help you sort of naturally build up to the eighth notes and 16th notes and sort of get them into something that you can sort of organically feel with your strumming hand. So I'll link to that lesson over on my free Fallin lesson page on my website if you need help with 16th notes. But once you get the idea of 16th notes in your hand, you can add these sort of filler up strums wherever you want. The way I like to do it for this song is like this, right? Down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, So the final strumming and rhythm tip I would give you is when you're playing this song, I would recommend not using the exact same strum pattern from start to finish, because if you do that, it's going to get a little bit monotonous and repetitive and boring, right? Because remember, this song uses the same progression, same chord progression for the verse and the chorus and the intro and the outro. Here's a general tip, right? When things are quiet, so think the very beginning of the song, right? The intro, the first verse, maybe every verse just after a chorus, think of those as quiet times. And during those times, you can use this strum I taught you, where you're only strumming on the chord changes, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you'll see me do this in my playthrough that's coming up, right? That's an example of the sort of volume knob turned all the way down. Now say the following verse, every time you play one of those quiet verses, the next time you can amp things up a little bit, right? You're turning the volume to 4 or 5. There's a long way living in Reseda. There's a freeway. But even this, you don't have to be a servant to all those down strums. You can take some away and be a bit more loose and organic. It's a long way living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. But then we get to the chorus sections. That's where you want to let it rip, right? Do that full 16th note strum I taught you, right? Down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And you could even dial that up even more. Take it to 11 and just add extra 16th note strum. So you want to make sure your 16th notes are under control. See my pyramid strumming drill that I mentioned, right? But here's an example of how a chorus might sound if I kind of went ham on it, turned it up to 11. And I'm free, free falling. Okay, but even then, you don't want to take it too high. You kind of have to find that sweet spot. So a lot of this is just through something you gain through experience of playing. You want to start slow and then work on building it up and then bring it down after the chorus and build it up again for the ending, okay? And check out the playthrough that's coming up next, and you'll hear how I do this for the full song if you want an example. She's a good girl. Loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, crazy about Elvis. Loves horses and a boyfriend too. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. And I'm a bad don't even miss her, and I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart, and I'm free falling, and I'm free falling. All right, friends, so that's going to do it for this lesson. Make sure you check out my lesson webpage over at songnotes.net. That is my website. You'll find all my lessons there and nobody else's. It's my own collection of things. I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and it's my joy to share these songs I love with you. So you'll find all the related lessons I've taught that will help you with what I teach here in Free Fallin. That includes all the lessons I've referenced about strumming, 16th notes, and that sort of thing. If you need help with your chords, I have a beginner chord guide, as well as a bunch of other courses, and I'll do a few other bonus videos for this one as well. I'll do a play-along video, an audio jam track you can use to practice over, no matter which set of chords you use. And I'll do a lesson talking about how to sing this song, how to find a capo position and chord family that works for your vocal range, because all of us might not be able to sing it just like Tom Petty, right? Those high choruses might be too high vocally, like they are for me. So I'll show you some sort of tips that you can use to sort of find that sweet spot if you can't quite sing it capo 3rd fret the way that Tom Petty's playing it. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, my friends, take care and bye-bye.